guys, so today's the day. I'm finally gonna tackle this business behind me. We came home after Christmas and it was like Toyland exploded in our house. And I have to tell you, we live in a small house in the city, so this space behind me is like the toy ground zero. We don't have a separate playroom, so everything kind of gathers here, and it's actually in the corner of our main living space. So we have to do our best to keep it super organized and super tidy, and right now it is anything but. So today's mission is to go through, sort out all the toys, see what we have, and then group them into sort of like groupings and get them all organized. I bought two different kinds of bins, a bigger one and a smaller one, that I'm going to use to put everything in once we have it sorted, and then we're going to tackle it from there. And I will say, what's really made the change here is that I've noticed as our kids get older, their toys get smaller. So we have like a ton of just small pieces of stuff. So these baskets used to work really well in the past because they sort of had big toys, big blocks, big like stuffed animal kinds of things that worked really well in these baskets. But now the baskets just end up full of like a million tiny pieces of things. So that's what we're doing today. Step one is lay it all out into groupings. I'm going to pull everything out of this cabinet, I'm going to lay it all out on the floor, and we're going to see what we have and go from there. So you know that moment in any organization project when you think, oh my gosh, this is so bad and what have I gotten myself into? I'm there right now. This is just the toys that we already had here in this room, not even the new stuff that we got for Christmas yet. And I'm thinking, I have literally no idea how this is gonna go. But I have to remind myself that in every single project like this, you get partway through, I think, oh my gosh, the poop has hit the fan, this is gonna be insane. But this is the moment where it starts to get better. So if you're going through and you're organizing and you're ready to purge, just remind yourself, you'll hit this moment and it will get better. So I'm bringing in the Christmas stuff now, we're gonna lay it all out here, and then we're gonna start sorting, organizing, and purging. Okay, so I've almost got everything laid out now. I've got all the big toys along one side, I've got groupings of small toys all around, and I've got a couple things that are still groupings in these buckets over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start. I have three sizes of bins that I'm gonna use. The first one is this little guy. I have about 6 of these, and this is for like any tiny things, tiny cars, tiny people, any small groups of things that I think can fit in one of these buckets will go in here. And I just want to let you know, both of these, this one and the next one I'm going to show you, were picked because they slide onto these shelves and they fit on the shelves neatly. So that's why I chose these specific ones. The second size is this. So this is a little bit bigger, but still fits on my shelves. And this is like any groupings of larger things. So dinosaurs, blocks, things like that, that all need to be grouped together, but need a bigger bin to fit in them. I'm going to use these guys. I'm also going to use a couple of the baskets that we already have for really big groups of stuff. So for example, Emmett's train tracks, some of the larger trucks that all need to go in one basket together, those will go in the baskets that we already have. And these guys, I have a few of these large Rubbermaid bins, and these live in our basement. And what they do is take, first of all, I'm going to use one to put any of the donation stuff. So anything we're going to donate, anything the kids have outgrown or don't use anymore, we're going to put into one of these bins as we go. Second of all of the large toys. So what we tend to do is let Emmett and Charlie keep one large toy each up here in this room, and the others go into these bins in the basement, and then if they want to swap them out, they can go down and choose. So they put one large toy down and bring one large toy up, and we have a few of these that we just keep tucked in our basement with the extra large toys in them. So that's what I'm going to do now, sort all of these things into small, medium, and large bins. And we did it! You guys, it's done. It took way longer than I thought. The whole process took me at least 2 hours to go through. Emmett, in full disclosure, is currently sitting right behind the camera with headphones on watching Paw Patrol so I can finish this for you. But it's done. We managed to get one huge Tupperware bin of stuff to donate, which was basically just either stuff the kids have already grown out of and aren't playing with anymore, or things that we just aren't using on a regular basis. We got everything else put in all the bins behind me, which I'll show you in a second. And we have two other of those big Tupperware bins that we put downstairs with the rest of the big toys that we're just gonna rotate through. So every month or so we'll go and we'll kind of do a swap, or if Emmett asks for a different toy, he can kind of put one of these big toys away and pick another one from downstairs. So that's how we're kind of handling the overflow down there. That way it's contained and it's all kind of organized down there as well, but it's not up here in our everyday space. I also left out the musical instruments because A, they're a little bit hard, like they're a hard shape to kind of pack away, but also we use them all the time, so that's what's in this bin right here. And I also put stuffed animals in this bin, so this one that has a top on it, it's just an easy way to keep them out of sight and keep them organized and not have to sort of cram them in a bin. But everything else went in the bins behind us, so this is an example. These are like all figurines, so Paw Patrol characters, any tiny little figures all went in this bin. I'm going to show you an example of what I mean here. Come on. Little people, anything like this, all the figurines in this bin, snapped in here. And this one is Emmett's tools, so he loves like drills, saws, hammers, that kind of stuff. All that stuff is in this bin. So I'm actually going to link, I know you guys are going to ask me because you're always on the ball, I know you're going to ask me what bins we use, so I'm going to link them for you below. So check out in the comments if you want to see the actual bins. I'll link them right there for you. They're awesome and they're really great for fitting in like a shelf depth. So if you're looking for something that fits on your shelves, definitely do the measuring to make sure, but these ones are a great option and something that we found that works really well. So that's it, guys. We're all done. I'm super excited to get this organized and we're on to the next project. And if you like this video, we so appreciate it. Make sure you give our channel a subscribe and you won't miss anything that we have coming up next.